What's going on, everybody? Nicholas Beltran here, Tackle Fishing Adventures. One of my favorite seasons in the year for catching bass is spring, and that's because I don't have to do a lot of work. You know, spring is when bass are going to start to be very, very active. They're in their phases of pre-spawning, spawning, and also post-spawning. And in that scenario, I like to bring occasionally at least three rods that I know for sure that I'm going to be using for these exact situations. And that's going to be a kind of swimming bait, swimming style bait, but actually weedless and also weightless. Something that I'm not going to be going down and hitting the bottom with, but something that I can let fall whenever I need to, or whenever I can burn on the top. Shallow waters is one of the key things you want to find here in South Florida for bass, especially now when they're spawning and looking for those spawning areas, those grassy areas, also those rocky bottoms. You want to go with a swim bait. That's what I'm going to be using, and that I got that paired with a spinning bait combo from Handing Fishing. Also, I'm going to be throwing, again, for that, if I'm not fishing that shallow water, for that deeper water, I'm going to be fishing any kind of creature bait or crawfish, anything that I'm going to be dragging along the bottom, and hopefully getting those females or males that are going to be spawning. So that's another lure I would be using for spring. But one of my favorites, topwater. You can't go wrong with topwater. And I found this year, not necessarily a bait I use all the time or I like to use all the time, but one that I've been noticing that they're actually feeding on more than all the other baits I use, and that is your traditional hollow body frog. And I've got here this hollow bottle frog, but this is actually a popper, so I can pop it on the top, and I can actually work this as a walking dog bait on the top. So there you go, guys. I've got my bait caster on this one, and I've got my bait caster on my creature bait. If you guys have any questions, comment below. But basically, spring is going to be that time of year where I'm going to be taking advantage of catching those spawning fish and those big, big, big females. Enjoy spring, because these females are out there spawning. Nice. Look at that belly. Woo! Look at that belly.